more than century-old Charleston landmark picked up a rare new designation this morning from the Department of the Interior. Webb Wright tells us more about this new milestone for the Charleston Cigar Factory building. Webb?
Well, the White House officially designated the Charleston Cigar Factory on East Bay as a National Historic Landmark, the Department of the Interior's highest recognition of historical, architectural, or archaeological significance.
The intersection of labor rights activism and civil rights activism.
It's another addition to the historical legacy of Charleston.
That designation is the highest level of recognition at a federal level. There are only about 2,500 sites in the country that rise to that level of significance.
And now 77 in the state of South Carolina and the 43rd in Charleston County.
The cigar factory began as a textile mill and then eventually became a cigar factory in 1903. This building was actually listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1980 for its association with Charleston's textile industry.
Built in 1882, the factory is best known for its early ties to the labor and civil rights movements.
More than 1,000 cigar factory employees, a majority of whom were African American women, walked off their jobs in protest to racial discrimination, inadequate pay, and other injustices. The results of their active 5 months of picketing was not only improvements for workers in this setting, but it also inspired, set the stage for similar demonstrations that continued throughout the civil rights movement.
And out of these protests,
we shall overcome.
A civil rights anthem was born.
We Shall Overcome, that really became an anthem of the civil rights movement, was born at the cigar factory during the cigar factory strike in 1945 and 46. This song was taught to other demonstrators and became an iconic anthem that inspired a generation of activists.
That inspiration, now a national treasure.
It has been a long conversation. The Preservation Society worked with members of the community to erect a state historic marker on this site that tells the story of the civil rights activism thread that runs from beginning to end of this movement towards civil rights justice in the city of Charleston.
Former College of Charleston professor Dr. Rachel Donaldson worked with the Charleston Preservation Society on this project. The Historic Charleston Foundation also released a statement, in part saying, in 2018, HCF was steadfast in our commitment to the space, advocating for historic tax credits to promote the adaptive reuse of historic buildings like this one with such a rich architectural and cultural history. Working for you, Webb Wright, News 4.